Maybe we should have like a little Korean flag in the background or something, right? Alright, so my greeting will be how much I suffer from my hangover.
Hangover?
Because that's going to be my future self. I know this for sure. I can already feel it.
Luis Fonzi Despacito, right?
Welcome back, and now it's time for part two, where we're discussing media trends. Every week we talk about a different media trend, and we have our live show with Talk and Talk. Within the show, we have Dennis and Tim. How you guys doing?
Woo! Thank you for having us. How was your Chuseok Songkran day?
Not gonna lie to you, Chuseok and Solal as well. They're both pretty boring for me.
Me too. Every parent, we have a really hard time playing with kids.
Yeah, there's that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's quite a boring time. For
Sometimes we miss kind of the workload and just working hard. Right, Tim? How about you?
Did you guys just say it was boring?
Yeah, Chuseok and Solal are quite boring for me.
Yeah.
How lucky. Wait a minute. Let me
You have been
let me
busy?
ask you something, both of you. Do you guys cook during those holidays?
I don't do any of the cooking, but
Yeah, I don't cook.
I do the washing up.
Yeah, I don't cook. I don't wash. So I play. I
See?
play with daughter.
See?
I play with daughter.
Look, I cook during the holidays. I also make kimchi during the gimjang season, and I cook during
Really?
New Year's Day too. And I also had to deal with my uncles because some of them actually work for the government, so they always talk about this story and that. Please, son, hear me out. I'm like,
with
okay,
alcohol.
just had this vodka with orange juice, and okay, knock him out. One is gone, and the another one there's still blabbering. It was a nightmare.
Have you
Thank
ever
you.
gone through that kind of culture in Korea, James? Drinking and over talking.
No, it's actually
You're so lucky.
we have a very relaxed style. My wife's family.
So lucky.
We don't really get into the big groups like that. So it tends to be quite small groups.
Yeah.
So, and no one is really like that. The big drinking, that goes on.
I hate
Are
big
you
drinking.
sure you married a Korean family?
Yeah.
It's good. You're lucky. Okay. I hate the big drinking. All right. Let's go.
Yeah, I think another thing for me is, like the Chuseok doesn't mean anything to me.
What is the big holiday to you?
Christmas.
Christmas. You're right. Christmas is
more beautiful. In the UK, we have no Thanksgiving Day, and we have no Lunar New Year Day. So
there's a long holiday of the Christmas season, right?
Yeah, the Christmas. 2
weeks.
Yeah, okay, almost 2 weeks. More like a week and a bit for most people who work. Yeah.
And Christmas season is more beautiful with snow.
Oh yeah, very rarely
snow.
snows.
Yeah, and kids really love Christmas, Santa Claus.
Moving on.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, today's topic. Okay, so today we're going to talk about YouTube live streaming programs. So currently GFN has a YouTube channel, and it does have live streaming from time to time. And one of our segment, Media Talk, which we're doing right now, listening to right now, and all that Gugak of the Hello Korea program are streamed on YouTube in real time. So our program, Sunday Talk, started streaming from about October 6th, so just under a year. And it's, how do you feel it's been going?
Well,
We've both been here all that time.
Yeah. I think the music should be the first on live because people can see how they play in the studio or just outside. And then the second one, I think that's last week we had to talk about the kind of collaboration with the 3 stations. I think that would be a good idea to have a collaboration live show. Yeah, we have a kind of new term in COVID-19 situation, untact. Have you ever heard untact? Yeah, I think Korean people just made that kind of English untact the how can I say it, just
Konglish.
yeah, a little Konglish, yeah, a little Konglish. Yeah, the native speaker they don't use kind of but how come I say just a little wireless or kind of like uncontacted kind of talking.
I mean, I don't know what the expression
Oh
means.
yeah,
So,
can you explain? Please help me.
I think that this is actually a trend in Korea.
Yeah.
Like basically trying not to get in contact, even though like trying to talk to people or trying to associate with them.
so social distancing.
Yeah, but they just came up with a fancier term for
Yeah, like a
themselves.
video conference. Right? Like a video conference. People they don't just get contact or just they just talk on just a video or just like
So
online.
imagine very antisocial.
Always
Like you're not
negative.
even going outside. You're afraid of gazing onto the sun like a vampire, laying on the crib. That kind of stuff.
All right.
Capiche?
Okay. Okay, but then communicating by phone and
Yeah,
video
phone
calls,
on,
Our
online or
beautiful
YouTube.
technology.
Yeah, yeah.
as we're doing.
But advanced technology, you're right.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Untact.
Yeah, untact.
Okay. Tact as in tactile, touching, I guess.
Yeah, untouched or
Mm,
yeah, untouched.
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of Konglish.
Mhm.
Kind of Konglish, but that is very popular in Korea. So maybe most of Korean people, oh, that is really English.
Yeah, that's one problem for a lot of native speakers actually. When
Yeah.
they first arrive, Koreans use some Konglish
Yeah.
and expect us to just understand it because
You're
it's
right.
English. I'm like, I have no idea what that means.
All right, you're right.
Okay, so
Yeah,
getting
that
back
was
to
kind
our
of boring.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. You taught us new, fancy word that those teenagers use who has nothing to do but staring at their monitors.
okay, so how do you feel about live streaming?
Always, I
I mean,
think.
you do it every week. We do it.
Yeah,
So how
every
do you
week
feel about
live streaming is quite tense and really impressive and tempting, right? Now we are on live streaming, right?
Yep, right now.
Okay, good. All right, it's quite really fun. Okay, I'm really enjoying on it. Okay,
You
Team
don't really
YouTube, right?
sound too happy.
How did you know that? Okay, I just I pretend I'm really happy with that.
You're not supposed to say that on screen.
I don't look at the screen.
What about you, James? I mean, you've been hosting this show for a while.
Yeah, it's nearly a year now. Yeah, it doesn't really affect me. I don't know. It doesn't really make any difference to me.
Oh yeah.
The fact that it's there in the corner taking a
Mm.
picture, it doesn't really
Mm.
affect me.
Yeah.
I must admit, like this is not our usual studio.
Mm.
Normally in Studio 2, and when there, normally the mic is covering my face a lot.
Mm.
Whereas this today you can probably see me. But yeah, I find that's the only thing I find a little difficult
Mhm.
is I have to like move where I'm sitting and then talk sideways so I'm not being blocked by the mic, or try to at least.
I think one of the strengths of the live streaming show is kind of for the listeners because they are really wondering what happened out of the behind the mic. So that's the kind of first goal.
You mean like behind the scene?
Yeah, behind the scenes. And of course, the first time we started to have the live streaming show, I was a little nervous. Tim was a little nervous too.
I
Right?
wasn't.
Okay, that was my first. Okay, I only was really nervous, but I'm really now adapted to the live streaming show. So yeah, as James did, like, I don't look at the screen. I just do what I usually do. It's so natural. Okay, so feel comfortable. But listeners a little different, right? Listener side. Oh, really? They do like that. Okay, when they're listening to the music, oh God, they do like that. Okay, I think one of kind of the fun point, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, sure.
You're here.
Whatever you say. Yeah, I mean, live streaming has been a very quirky thing. It has been very popular among the young people nowadays. It's all the trend, especially because of the circumstances that we are in. Since everything is either locked down or not allowed to gather around more than 10 people, blah blah blah. So obviously, it makes like what was that trend thing again? Untagged whenever. Yeah, just like that, a lot of people are actually closing themselves, being very antisocial and not really trying to gaze upon the sun or even go outside and have nice food, and just buy some cup ramen and done with it. I'm not saying I'm doing that thing, by the way. I'm totally not. I'm still going outside and going strong. Is that a good thing?
You might be infected.
I think it's a good thing, right? like ignoring all the warnings that I'm getting from my cell phone and still going outside and enjoying myself in a public area.
I'm not sure that's something you want to have recorded.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
totally fine. I'm not
So-
even sick, you know. My temperature's really still low for some reason. 35.9. I'm like
35.9.
what am I, like vampire? But
Yeah,
That's
zombie.
too low, I think.
hey,
Yeah,
I have a warm blood.
temperature of a zombie.
But yeah, actually, I have a recommendation.
Okay.
This might sound crazy.
Well, actually, let's save your recommendation because
Why does it keep happening?
Yeah, no, every week it keeps on happening, but it's
Yeah.
it's our song break
Thanks
time.
for stopping me.
So,
Yeah.
Tim, it's your request. You want to introduce the song?
Yes, this is a really trendy song. Well, it was really popular back in 2017. Despacito by Lewis. You heard the song?
Yeah.
How about you, Dennis?
That's not yeah, da, 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 da,
Uh-huh. There you go. See, it's a really great song. No?
I did humming. You understood?
Yeah, because I know the song.
Got it. So I think the humming show is a really good idea, right?
No,
No? Okay.
terrible idea.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep talking about today's topic. So, I rudely interrupted you yet again. Tim, you want to tell us your recommendation, your
I
idea?
suck, yeah. I got used to it after happening like 3 weeks in a row.
Mm.
That's kind of my jinx.
Mm.
So okay, so this might sound crazy,
Mhm.
but I think you guys are familiar with the term VTubers.
You-
VTubers, like V.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it's still really, it's still really a thing nowadays. It's getting more popular due to our circumstances, of course. I'm pretty sure that actually played a huge part,
Mm.
because a lot of people are actually staying in their home and watching a bunch of videos on internet.
Yeah.
So how about, hear me out, I know it sounds crazy, we make our own VTuber.
Our own YouTuber?
No, VTuber. It's a
Okay,
streamer.
so explain this to more.
Yeah,
about it.
what is YouTuber? Not a YouTube. Oh, I got it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I
Yeah,
realize some of you are not
I got
really,
it. I got it.
that
Okay.
knowledgeable. I know, boomer. So VTuber is basically people who are working on a YouTube platform
Mhm.
as a YouTuber,
Mhm.
but not actually showing their real face. They use an image of a character.
Like you.
No, this is not an image of a character. This is myself just wearing a little mask on top of my face to hide my identity. No, the VTubers, they use an image of a character, like a cartoonish looking, and actually do the live streaming that way to attract certain, part of the audience. But nowadays, it's all having really, trendy and crazily popular nowadays. So how about, for the sake of, advertising our show and studio, and at the same time getting a little popularity, how about we create our own VTuber?
So, how do you create the video to go on?
Yeah, how do we create?
I mean, it can't be just like another discussion show like ours,
So our next topic is to discuss about that.
No, I am not gonna do it. No. So my idea is we have a lot of discussion show, right?
Mhm.
How about we make a cartoonish character that talk about this kind of? I mean, imagine a different version of a mascot character.
Well, my question is, how do you technically do that?
There's like a lot of guide on the on the YouTube platform and videos for how you can do it, but you're gonna require some. Yeah, you're gonna require obviously some budget to do this.
Okay, searching and discussing and
like a hiring of
it's like
certain.
I don't want to use the word CGI, but you kind of CGI the character into the.
No, it doesn't actually work like that.
Okay.
You just need a laptop and a certain mic and equipment and a software to install in a program to do it.
Oh, and then it digitally puts you a character over the.
Yeah, it's like actually, there's like a little camera on your laptop usually, so they actually, track your movement through the senses on the program. I used to have a program that is similar to this that actually does a similar thing. Don't ask me how I know this. I just have a knowledge of it, and I used to.
Or you did.
Used to do a little programming with that. So yeah, that's how it usually work. You gotta, get your muscles and movements to have a senses recognize them.
Mhm.
And when you start moving your mouth or your eyes or your basic expression, it also displays on the character.
Mm.
So it's
Right.
not really
Okay.
that
So I,
complicated unless you want to do it 3D.
so I know what you're on about now because I know when I video chat with my parents at home,
Hmm.
my daughter loves playing with the different filters she can put on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Okay, I understand what you're on about.
So my daughter does.
Your daughter does too. Yeah.
No, it's more a little bit complicated than that, but yeah. What do you guys think?
My personal opinion, it's not my personal taste, but yeah, I think it's really good try. Okay, let's do it because that sounds really tempting, really tempting. Okay, we try to do that. We have more listeners or more just many just okay YouTube the friends. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
make
quite
it
good.
cute too.
Yeah,
People
it is
always
cute.
like little cute things, like little animals or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be human.
I
if you
can
know
show my daughter,
point.
and you can show your daughter. Hey, this is the live stream of GFN. So you see the lovely characters.
I mean, yeah, look at Pengu. He's not cute, but for
Ah,
some
yeah, he's
reason
not
he's really
absolutely
popular. You know what I mean?
not a kid,
Right. Okay.
giant.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm with you, Dennis. It's not really my thing. I don't really see the point in it.
Mm.
Why not just show the person? But okay, yeah, why not? I mean, other people like different things.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
shouldn't always be what I like.
Yeah, I meet you there, team. Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I wasn't expecting you guys to agree to this.
There's no doubt.
This is refreshing and confusing. Are you sure you're James?
That was our strategy to
I mean, you still got
embarrass
the same
you.
British, cocky accent, but are you sure you're Dennis?
I'm not.
No, you sound like Dennis. You sound like boring Dennis. All right, so okay. I'm not dreaming. So that's for sure. So that's my suggestion. Maybe. I mean, I don't know how the PDs are feeling about it. Hello.
No, seriously, yeah. It's really sounds tempting. Okay. Very impressive. Okay, let's gonna do that.
Huh.
Okay.
So does it have to be a particular kind of show they live stream? What should be our what good idea for the presentation
Mhm.
to have that overlay on the video? But what about the content?
So usually usually the VTubers, they have like different kind of personalities and scenarios. Some of them usually play a lot of video games and stream about it, but obviously we cannot do that because this is a radio studio. But also some of them actually just downright are stand-up comedians, or sometimes they just talk about things that are like a little discussion topics.
Not just computer game, online game. We just play game in the studio.
No, we're not playing video games in
not
studios.
Not video game. Just game. Just playing something.
A board game.
Yeah, they're like a board game. Okay.
Board game or something like that. But I was more thinking about like if some of the VTubers are actually really famous for somehow telling the story in a really funny way while discussing certain topics, like a daily life topics, like what kind of food they usually make. They sometimes have this really interesting cooking show where you make a curry with potato chips and strawberry jams and bread.
Oh,
okay.
It was really terrifying and horrible to watch, but it was like watching a car crash. You cannot just stop watching it,
Yeah, but mukbang is quite popular now. So
I wasn't talking about mukbang.
Yeah, no, just cooking and mukbang kind of like that. You can try that and then I had a little idea talking to while having breakfast with my wife. My wife just suggested, "Oh, really?" So the live streaming is kind of should be more visual, right? So how about kind of charyok? Have you heard about charyok?
No, what's that?
Like a super strong man just joined the studio, and then they show how they're powerful they are. Sometimes they move the car by teeth or kind of like that.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of Korean style.
That's not a.
It will be fun. I know it's not very appropriate.
We are radio station.
Maybe they can use chair or table.
We are not a variety show.
But I think to attract more people, we should be more variety. You have to turn into more variety shows.
We can do some creative things, but not finding a person that can specifically do some really crazy feat. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. All right. There's some limit because we are
government
funded.
I know you gotta dream big, but we also gotta face the reality.
Yeah, we have always dream big. You're right.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it's one of the problems we always have to face, right? Because a lot of YouTube content, it relies on the visual, whereas as a radio show, we can't do that. So that's it. It's a difficult mix to make. Right?
Yeah.
But we are also talking about YouTube streaming, the live streaming shows.
Right. So that's my next question. Should we just ignore the radio part and just make a YouTube
No,
thing? No, it has to be both.
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Is better. Yeah.
because I think I talked about this at a certain point when we're discussing other topics in I don't know when, like around sometime around this year. But our primary function as a radio station is, relaying information, not providing entertainment.
Right.
That's the difference between the radio station and radio streaming channels and the other channels that are actually focused on the entertaining people.
Yeah, hearing through radio has each character, and the live streaming does more visualized. I think that is more special to own character. So we have to just find what's the right character for the visualization and for just the listening. So that's the point, I think. If we just do things the same as just a radio station, I think it's not very impressive and not very interesting.
Yeah, but abandoning like a one format to favor the another and totally, just get on with the only one kind of platform. I think that is too risky, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, so that is my point. Also, it is always good to have a lot of options. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're only relying on this platform, it's going to limit ourselves to the other, way of, getting around to the people and reaching to people in Gwangju or in Korea in general.
Mood.
All right, so unfortunately we've run out of time.
Always time flies.
Yeah, that was all for our Talk and Talk program with Tim and Dennis discussing media trends. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Always thank you for having us. Have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
3-week shows. Done. Wow.
Oh, you're done. I've still got to do the opening and closing.
I feel like I've been talking most of the time.
Happy and not boring.
Oh, it will be boring.
Yeah. Take care of yourself.
Which is good for you guys, not for me.
Let's go. 네, 좋게 하세요.